Welcome to the Earnings Whisperers. I'm Dr. B.
I'm Benjamin Poole.
And today was a big week in the markets. We had a lot of tech reporting, 4 of the Mag 7 reporting, tons of volatility, and I think it's caused the markets to have a lot of fear and the market to roll over, right?
Yeah, definitely volatility, and when we're trading earnings, that's exactly what we're looking for. We need the highs and the lows, and man, the volume came in, the volatility came in, and this was an epic week.
We had an awesome week. I think we had 5 or 6 winners.
We had 6. We had 6 winners in our day trading, or not day trading, but earnings trading after the closing bell. It was pretty good.
So we're going to pull them up on the charts. We're going to talk about, dissect the trades. And then we're also going to tell you, when we're going to be trading next week and what we're going to be trading.
So here's what we show our members. This is what all of our members get in the earnings whisper, in the earnings traders. So here's pre-market and here's aftermarket. So we had some pretty big movers. We had AMD, we had Microsoft, we did have Starbucks, wasn't a big mover. And then here is Meta, ARM, eBay, MGM Grand. And then on Thursday, we had Amazon and Apple and Intel. We actually had 3 trades on Intel. This was actually not on our radar initially, but we ended up getting 3 of the trades. And so this is just kind of what our members get inside of there. And we give them an idea of what we're going to trade, and we give them different levels, okay?
Yeah, very cool, Ben. So really what we're looking at here is we're going to pull up Carvana's chart first, okay? And I have my levels written down, but this was on the 31st. You can see Carvana here rocketed higher here right after the close up to around 152. We entered short here at 149, let me get the numbers right, 149.47, and then took profits here at 145.17. So we got over $2 a share on Carvana in a very short time frame. This is the 1-minute chart. So in about 2 minutes, we got over $2 per share. So very, very cool. So I'm going to pull up ARM next. So I'm going to go through my charts. Ben will go through his. And you can see ARM here fell on earnings. It actually went higher on earnings and then fell down here. And we entered on the long side, okay, at 131.02. So let me pull up that first level. 131.02 was right about here. All right, so 131.02, this is where we entered. And then what we did is we dollar cost averaged. We entered it in somewhere in this area, again at about 131.02 was our second ad. 135.97 was our first ad. So our average, all right, let me just show you here. So we entered here, we added here, so our average was about here, and we took profits up in this area at 134.99 was 50% of our exit, and then 132.50. So we exited 50% of our shares and then exited a little lower here down around 132.50. So we took a profit. Very, very cool on ARM. And so, then, go ahead.
Yeah,
Ben.
I was going to say, and AMD was one of the ones that we were looking at pre-market. AMD gave us a good indicator because it was so oversold that there was going to be a bounce on earnings. And sure enough, it did get a bounce. Although we were not able to trade it, it actually stopped right here at this level, right about $150. Let me borrow this for a second. $150. And then after the market closed, it continued to rally all the way up to 151. And so we give you guys these levels. So even if we're not on the live day trading, in the trading room with you guys, these levels are still applicable. So it came right up to this 151.50 and then rolled over, gave a good a rebound off that level before eventually pushing up higher. And then once it pushed up higher, it gave up all of its gains. And it's actually coming down, it actually got down even lower to these bottom levels. But these levels are good even if you're not trading them necessarily with us at the same time. So just wanted to show you guys that these levels that we're giving out They're really solid as far as like the overall reversals. If a stock's trading 10, 15% higher, or in this case it was about 8% higher, we are going to get a pullback, and these are really pretty solid levels.
Awesome. Yeah. So I'm going to pull up Intel right here. All right. So yesterday we actually traded this 3 times yesterday. We had, I think Ben entered first. He took a profit on Intel. Gareth entered, and then I entered. I think I was the last to enter, and I entered here around, let's see, 23.58. Okay, so 23.58, and we took profits here at 23.84. Okay, we're not looking for much. We're not looking for a huge gain. We're looking for a lot of little gains over time, and so very good. That was Intel. What are you looking at, Ben?
So this was Meta. Meta was trading on earnings. Meta was one of those stocks that we just weren't sure. It wasn't at all-time highs. It had already pulled back, so we didn't know if it was going to go up or down. And so we gave levels for an entry on the long side if it did drop, and then we had some shortable levels. Well, this thing was trading so rapidly. We actually got in before this level, and that's one of the beautiful things of us trading with you guys is we give you the exact entry, our ad levels, and our exact exit price. And so during the earnings trading, and I just wanted to kind of show this to you guys, let you know that these are levels that you get ahead of time. And I'm going to go ahead and change over to the Meta chart so that way you can see, give you an idea of how it was trading, and then you'll have an idea of what we did, and I'll kind of walk you through it. All right, so here's the chart on Meta. There was a big gap fill right at the 509 level. And so I didn't take this trade right away. We got in a little bit later. And then eventually it pulled back down in this level, in this range. This is on the daily time frame, and so you can't really see the aftermarket trading. But it did come up here. It pierced these levels, came back in, and we took a solid $3 on this trade. So it was actually quite nice to be able to get a good move on the downside when we go short on a stock. And again, we got in told you the exact price. A lot of the members could have gotten in actually at a better price. And when I added, it could have been, they could have gotten in a better price then too. And then when it started to flush out, it really started to flush out. And so you could have taken like $10 to $15 on this. We ended up taking $3, and that's what we're looking for, right? So if the stock moves up $30 and we have to add twice, our average price would be right in here. And so we're looking for about a $3 pullback. So that's about a 10% move off of the total extension. And the same thing on the downside. If we have a $30 move to the downside, we're looking for about a $3 bounce, or 10% of the move. And so that's what we got. It actually gave more, but we were pretty happy with that result.
Yeah, when you take a profit, it's a profit, right? You can never go broke taking a profit. So next week, we're going to be trading on Tuesday and Thursday.
That's right.
So I believe SMCI reports on Tuesday. That's the biggest company that we're keeping an eye on next week. There's some other big ones out there. I think Thursday, SoundHound, we tend to enjoy trading that. Paramount, that's trading on Thursday. And again, we tend to give 2 charts a day, whether it be for pre-market or aftermarket. And we only trade in the aftermarket, for the earnings trader service. That's where we tend to see volatility. But for SMCI here, I wanted to show you a couple levels. SMCI is down, let's see, about, I would say what, 40%? 40% off the highs?
50%. So it got up to 1230, and so it's down 50% right now.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So, these levels here, I think Gareth drew these in, that's about another 30, 40% lower. I doubt that it hits these levels here, but you can see there's a couple gaps on the chart right here. Otherwise, we really have no other support areas, okay? Because it's beaten down so much, you may get a move higher here. Thanks.
Yep.
So you may get a move higher. So I think that what we could see is this could be our first level up in this area here. where we could enter into a short, or we could enter somewhere, in here with these pivot lows right in here. Okay, so this could be our first area for a short, our second area for an add, and then again, maybe this is our third area. So we'll have all of these levels posted ahead of time.
That's right.
Before we start, that trading session, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing is, like I said, Intel was not on our radar, but when we're there live with you guys, we actually go over all the different charts that are potentially moving. And so if the ones that we're looking at don't hit our levels, there can be additional ones that we could possibly get into. And that's what happened with Intel. It actually worked out really nicely, getting 3 trades on the same stock.
It's unbelievable.
At different levels on the way down. I mean, just capturing those bounces. It's really spectacular. It's something you guys can do as well, and we'll help you walk you through it too.
Yeah, and just pull that up for them again, Ben. Just click and make that bigger real quick, just so you see what you're going to get. We put a lot of time and effort into this. It's a lot of calculations, a lot of levels, a lot of technical analysis. And this is what you get that we publish around 3 p.m. before the afternoon trading session, and you can see, how we do it. Yeah. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, this is the best way to do it. Now that we do have different levels. The first entry is always our more our riskier levels, and so a lot of people may wait till the second or third entry, but we have a solid stop out on the majority of our charts, depending on how beaten up it is. So that way, if you guys do decide to stop out, then those levels are there for you. But yeah, these levels have been hit.
Ben, I think
these levels have been hit, and yeah, it's great.
They have been hit, and I think Lawton has is this a cake? Who is this for?
Yeah.
It's not our birthday.
What's going on, guys? It's Lawton here with Verified Investing, and we have a cake. 6 winners.
Oh my gosh.
And
most of them happened within like a 2-minute span. As soon as we enter, we're in and out in like 2 to 3 minutes for the most part.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
So whenever they have a really good week, we'll reward them with ice cream cake.
So if we have 7 winners, what happens? We get a bigger cake?
Then I come back on with 1 less piece of clothing.
Okay. All right, guys.
So we'll stick it with 6 wins every week.
Oh, I hope. That would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be amazing. And so keep in mind that these 6 wins were just with us live. So there were other ones like mRNA that I calculated out, and had you taken the levels, even starting at the more aggressive levels, you would have ended up with a big profit. So,
it's awesome. Yeah, it's actually a lot of fun. It's totally different from intraday trading.
That's right.
You have to be, go smaller, but the gains can come just like that. So I hope you enjoyed that, and tune in next week. We'll see you there.
Yeah, I was going to say, and if you guys are interested in joining the service, just check out the earnings traders. And
it's on the Verified Investing website.
And we'll see you there.
Yeah, take care.